What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins, West Ham Fan TV, outside his house. We'll just watch the Chelsea game. West Ham 3, Chelsea 2. Now I've got Louis with me. Louis is a good friend of mine, big Chelsea fan. Listen, I'm not going to rub it in too much, mate, because I know we're not in a position to be able to do that in a minute. But what do you make of today's game?
Look, I think first of all, West Ham deserved the win. They were at the races. We weren't. Very simple. I feel that defensively we were just abysmal. I've seen better, I don't know, broken chocolate fondants than Chelsea's defence. We were like an ice cream in like 30-degree heat. It just melted. It's unbelievable. It was like watching that. I mean, look, all due respect to Mikel Antonio, who's a very good footballer. All due respect to Thomas Souček, good footballer. All due respect to Yarmolenko, Fornals, good footballers, Premier League level footballers. But oh my God, we should be doing better than what we did today. We were basically invisible defensively. Going forward, I thought Pulisic was great. I thought Azpilicueta had a great performance. But today, in a time when Chelsea really needed to try and go for securing that third place position to bring Leicester into that top four contention race, we just didn't turn up, and we lost to David Moyes, who isn't as tactically adept, or he secretly must be because you beat us today. He's not as tactically adept as he.
Listen, you can say what you want about David Moyes because we've all had the same feelings. He isn't the greatest of tacticians. He doesn't use his substitutes well, but he seemed to do it tonight against Chelsea because it was ultimately the substitute that got the winner.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, look, Rudiger in that position, he was caught between a rock and a hard place. Obviously, there was the overlap on the left-hand side as well. He was the only defender back, so he had to kind of stay where he was. Yarmolenko, very, very simple finish, great step inside. Quality finish. Like I said, he's a good player. But, the Chelsea are aspiring to be a Champions League level club. And again, all due respect to you guys, these are games which we should be winning. You guys are down the bottom of the table. You're struggling. We really should be turning up on nights like this. But, credit to you at Stamford Bridge. Credit to you tonight. You did what you needed to get the result. And, fair play to you. Fair play. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Before we sign off, Louis, thank you so much for coming on. Right. Does this result sort of bring you back down to earth? There's been a lot of positivity around Chelsea at the minute. The signing of Werner, got Ziyech coming in as well. Pulisic has looked brilliant over the last couple of weeks as well. He looks like he's really sort of starting to step his game up. But does this just sort of give you a bit of a reality check to think, right, we've got these players coming in, but it's defensively where we're not the finished article, not so much an attack.
100%. Right now, we've got a Lamborghini front line coming in Werner and Ziyech, and then we've got a Fiat 500 defence. So I mean, look, it definitely is a reality check. I think this whole season's been filled with those. I think beginning of the season, Chelsea, if you'd said to me Chelsea be finishing 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, I wouldn't have been shocked. I think, with what we were facing with a transfer ban and using youth products, I thought that was something that was entirely plausible with the quality that's in the Premier League. And obviously today, or this season, we've slowly but surely evolved, gone forward, and we've overperformed massively, overachieved massively. And Frank Lampard's done a very good job to get us to where we are. But there is clearly, as tonight shows, still a lot of work to do. And Chelsea Football Club need to do that defensively massively. 75 million.
I know that was the last question, but just because it's him, do you think he'll still be in the job come sort of say, let's say 3 months into the season, because we don't know when that's going to start, but 3 months into the season, if results haven't dramatically changed, if table position hasn't dramatically changed, if you don't look like you're mounting a serious title contention, do you think you'd be out of a job?
Look, I can't see into the future. I'm not in the Chelsea boardroom, so I can't really comment on that. But what I can say is, look, for me, Frank Lampard is Chelsea's manager. He's clearly shown that he is a manager for Chelsea in terms of the long term. They're looking at him as a project. He's pitched Chelsea a 3-year plan. Led the youth in the first season, try and contend in the second season, third season, go for it. So, look, as long as next season, if we're scoring more goals than the opposition, which clearly how we're mapping ourselves out, what we're out to do with the signings of Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech, and, you know, we're pushing forward, then great. But, you know, defensively, that's the biggest position we need to consider right now, without a shadow of a doubt. People are talking about Kai Havertz for £75 million. Fantastic player, up and coming talent. You're not going to get someone like Kai Havertz come along very often. But if it means sacrificing a left back and a centre back to get another midfielder in what is an already stacked position, I think we need to reevaluate our options. So, look, I think for me, Frank Lampard remains Chelsea manager. I think he's done a fantastic job so far this season. I think it'd be unfair to start potentially banding around that, you know, if he could get sacked or whatever. There's no doubt we spent a lot of money, but, you know, we've recouped it. And in terms of net spend and in terms of how much we spent on players for Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner, we spent 10 million more than Arsenal spent on Nicola Pepe. So, I mean, look, we've done some great business with those two players. We just need to do a bit more this summer. No doubt about that. We need to bed them into the squad and we need to kick on. It's a kick in the teeth tonight, 100%. Obviously, the last time you did this was 2003. We did double over us, I believe, when you were relegated.
Yeah.
But, you know, we just have to, you know, dust ourselves off and go again. It's as simple as that. We're still within a shout for top four. We're still in fourth position. We've just not secured it as we would have liked to have done. And obviously Manchester United are now breathing down our necks. So we need to try and secure that Champions League football for next season, especially considering we've got these fantastic players coming through the door as well.
Well, we'll enjoy this one tonight, Louis. Thank you so much for coming on, being so humble and all of that sort of thing. Come on, you Irons. Cheers, Louis.
No worries.